Horror games have come a long way. It's not just about jump scares anymore. It's about atmosphere, tension, and stories that get under your skin. In this video, we're taking a look at 26 upcoming and modern horror titles that really stand out. Frame Zero dives into psychological terror through the cold lens of a corrupted surveillance network. Set in a quarantined city swallowed by digital decay, players uncover lost footage that twists reality itself. Every flicker, every distortion hides something that shouldn't exist. Built for next-gen systems, it merges cinematic realism with a suffocating atmosphere where fear isn't just seen, it's recorded. You're not just observing the horror, you're part of it, trapped in the frame as the system begins to see you back. BrokenLore Don't Lie is a psychological descent into the power of belief and the danger of uncovering truth. Set in a forgotten village plagued by its own folklore, you must separate myth from reality as hallucinations and ghostly whispers test your sanity. Built in Unreal Engine 5, its photoreal visuals and disturbing creature design give every scene a haunting authenticity. Lies keep the curse alive, but telling the truth may unleash something far worse. The game dares you to question your memory, your faith, and even yourself.
そのままここに居続けること。薬飲まなきゃ。
This reimagining of one of horror gaming's most chilling classics returns with a breathtaking new visual identity. Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly Remake captures the sorrowful beauty of the Lost Village and the twins' tragic tale with Unreal's eerie lighting and immersive spatial sound. The camera obscura has never felt more tactile or more terrifying as every captured spirit fights to be seen. It's not just nostalgia revived, but a masterclass in atmospheric storytelling, inviting players to relive their fears through the lens of memory and loss.
Everyone's dead. Mia, no, stay back, run away. Fatal Frame 2. Crimson Butterfly Remake. Finally, we're one.
The cult Indonesian horror returns sharper and darker than ever. Dreadout 3 expands its supernatural mythology, blending Southeast Asian folklore with modern nightmare fuel. Linda's camera phone becomes both weapon and curse as players explore haunted schools, ancient ruins, and desolate cityscapes rendered with Unreal 5's unnerving clarity. Each photo taken pierces the veil between worlds, revealing entities that thrive on fear. With its improved combat, open environments, and cinematic pacing, Dreadout 3 proves that ghosts aren't what you run from, they're what you carry. ILL doesn't just horrify, it unsettles you to the core. Built in Unreal Engine 5, this grotesque body horror shooter blurs the line between man and mutation, throwing players into a decaying rural nightmare where flesh itself becomes unstable. Every encounter feels tangible, wet, and uncomfortably real. The sound of bones snapping, the flicker of dim light on twisted forms, it's all designed to disturb. IL is not about survival alone. It's about witnessing the collapse of biology, sanity, and morality in horrifyingly beautiful detail. Resident Evil 9 Requiem closes a chilling chapter in Capcom's survival horror saga. Set in a coastal region steeped in myth and decay, it merges open-world exploration with the suffocating dread the series is known for. Familiar faces return, but the infection has evolved. Creatures now adapt, learn, and hunt in ways that make every encounter unpredictable. Its RE engine pushes photoreal terror to new limits, with storm-swept villages, flickering candlelight, and the uneasy calm before the inevitable scream. Requiem isn't just survival, it's reckoning.
Oh, you're FBI? Investigating all these strange deaths, huh?
Grace, stay close to me.
I'm coming!
Keep moving.
What's wrong?
I'll explain later.
I've been watching you. You're not like other people, you know. You're quite unique.
Tell me what's going on.
Something important.
Mom, I'm scared.
Grace. They're coming.
There's no escaping your destiny.
Liminal Point transforms the concept of liminal spaces into a full psychological nightmare. Players awaken inside an infinite architectural void, empty hallways, abandoned malls, endless stairwells, each morphing with eerie logic. The game thrives on environmental tension, making every step forward feel wrong, every sound misplaced. With dynamic lighting, spatial audio, and procedural design, it captures the pure terror of being lost in nowhere. Liminal Point doesn't rely on jump scares. It suffocates you with silence, memory, and the horrifying possibility that you've been here before.
in the place where hope turned to ash. So come and find me.
Mira.
Psycho Dead redefines insanity in horror gaming with a story that fractures both mind and timeline. You play as a deranged investigator reliving his own crimes through a hallucinatory perspective, unsure what's real or staged. The game manipulates perspective, sound, and even player choice to create an unstable experience that questions morality and identity. Its disturbing art direction and surreal atmosphere evoke the likes of Silent Hill 2, but with modern psychological precision. Psycho Dead doesn't scare you, it rewires the way fear feels.
Where am I? And what happened here?
Once we're out of here, I promise to explain everything you want to know. The power within you is extraordinary. Not everyone has power like you, Elixia.
So, I'm just a weapon to be used. Then why are you helping me?
I just don't want to see you die here.
Freedom isn't as beautiful as you think. The world outside, it's much crueler than you imagine.
Listen to me, Elixia. If you escape, you can have a life of your own.
How can I trust you? What else have you lied about?
We, Atlas, made you, Elixia. I'm like a father to you.
I'll make them pay for what they did to you. This is my promise.
A direct follow-up to Don't Lie, BrokenLore Dark Dawn pulls players deeper into the mythology of forgotten gods and fractured realities. The visuals push Unreal Engine 5 to eerie extremes, bleeding sunlight, corrupted forests, and unsettlingly lifelike entities lurking at the edge of sight. The line between folklore and truth blurs further as your choices shape which legends awaken. With its cinematic pacing and interconnected story threads, Dark Dawn turns myth into madness, a chilling world where every truth has a price.
I need to find out what happened. Damn it. All communication is out. It's been so long since I've been on level 0. Everything feels familiar, and yet so alien.
Are you ready?
Ryan? Nick? Anybody? We need to get to Epsilon. Fast. Fuck. Ryan? You... what the hell is even going on here?
I don't have time.
When the power goes out, the real nightmare begins. After Lights Out is a first-person survival horror that thrives on darkness, literally. Every sound, every flicker of movement becomes a potential threat as you navigate pitch-black environments armed only with unreliable light sources. The game's real-time lighting system and advanced AI ensure no two playthroughs are the same. Shadows move when you blink, whispers echo from impossible directions. In this world, illumination isn't safety, it's invitation, and something in the dark is always watching. Backrooms Lost Runners takes the viral nightmare of endless yellow corridors and transforms it into a full-scale survival experience. Built in Unreal Engine 5, it captures the uncanny eeriness of fluorescent-lit infinity with haunting realism. You're not the only one trapped here. Others roam, but not all of them are human anymore. Sound becomes your lifeline as every step echoes through miles of humming nothingness. The deeper you descend, the stranger the geometry, the hungrier the dark. Escape is possible, but only if the backrooms allow it.
I need to find out what happened. Damn it. All communication is out. It's been so long since I've been on level 0. Everything feels familiar. And yet so alien.
Are you ready?
Ryan? Nick? Anybody? We need to get to Epsilon. Fast. Fuck. Ryan? You... what the hell is even going on here?
I don't have time.
Becrowned drips with gothic elegance and psychological unease. Set within a decaying monarchy where whispers of witchcraft linger, you must uncover a royal curse while reality fractures around you. Every decision shapes the unraveling of sanity and lineage. Built in Unity, its painterly visuals and surreal storytelling evoke the haunting style of classic European horror. From echoing halls to candlelit rituals, the world of Becrowned feels both sacred and condemned. Power comes at a price, and in this court, every crown is soaked in blood.
You're going to ruin us both. For what? Where are you, my love? But you'll come back.
Where the hell are you hiding?
You always do.
Contaminant plunges players into a biological apocalypse where infection mutates both flesh and mind. The game's procedural horror system ensures every encounter feels organic, unpredictable, and grotesquely alive. Using Unreal Engine 5's advanced particle effects, it renders decay in terrifying detail, pulsing walls, breathing corridors, and monstrous hybrids that echo with human memories. Exploration turns to dread as survival becomes a study in contamination itself. You don't just fear infection, you become it, watching humanity dissolve cell by cell in real time.
Grandfather's dead. Your parents are gone. What other answers do you
Set in a twisted reimagining of religious Spain, Crisol Theater of Idols merges body horror with spiritual symbolism. Players wield sacred relics against grotesque beings born of faith gone wrong. Every encounter feels ritualistic, every environment layered with symbolism and decay. Unreal Engine 5 brings its Baroque horror to life with unsettling beauty, gilded cathedrals dripping with blood, statues that whisper, and rituals that blur prayer with punishment. It's a terrifying reflection on devotion, corruption, and the things people worship in the dark.
If I am to fall, let my flesh turn to ash, so my soul may ascend to you. Consumed in your flames for all eternity, now and forever. Crisol.
Descendant of Night is a gothic survival narrative set in a timeless realm where shadow has memory and blood carries prophecy. As the last heir of a cursed lineage, you navigate a world dying under perpetual eclipse, seeking to restore balance or surrender to the dark. The game's slow, poetic horror builds through whispers, ancestral echoes, and hauntingly organic environments. It's less about what you fight and more about what you inherit. Every revelation cuts deeper, reminding you that some legacies aren't meant to be saved.
At all. However, anything that goes into the zone, it doesn't come out. That's why we need you.
If I do this, I want a full pardon, and I never want to hear from you or the Six again.
I give you my word.
Vampires? Seriously? You knew all about this, didn't you? Don't count on it. Fuck are you?
Who am I? I am the Descendant of Night.
Heart of the Forest captures the primal fear of being alone in nature, when the trees start whispering your name. You enter an ancient woodland where time folds and the forest itself watches, shifting paths and bending light to trap intruders. Unity's lighting and environmental detail make every rustle, every breath of wind, unnervingly real. Beneath the moss lies something sentient, ancient, and starving. Survival means understanding its rhythm, learning its language, and resisting the pull to become one of its roots. It's nature horror at its most intimate.
Something's here with us. Something evil.
Set on a desolate highway drenched in neon rain, Herror gas station case revives the claustrophobic terror of isolation horror. You play a night shift attendant trapped during a blackout with something prowling outside, and maybe inside too. The game thrives on tension, using subtle visual distortion and immersive ambient sound to create unease. Every shadow feels sentient, every knock at the door could be the last. Built in Unity, it delivers grounded realism with psychological edge. Sometimes the most terrifying stories start under flickering fluorescent light. From the mind of Hideo Kojima, OD is a mystery wrapped in experimental horror. Combining live-action performance and interactive tension, it explores the fear of the unknown rather than the seen. The narrative plays like a fever dream, fragmented realities, cryptic transmissions, and human reactions to impossible fear. With its experimental structure, OD aims to break the barrier between player and observer, horror and performance. This isn't a game that simply scares, it studies the very act of being scared, redefining psychological immersion for a new era. Pinacle Point sets its horror atop a remote coastal cliffside resort, long abandoned after mysterious disappearances. As a stranded researcher, you uncover the remnants of a failed utopia built on ritual and sacrifice. Unity's realistic lighting and weather effects amplify the creeping dread as fog rolls in and structures groan under unseen weight. The story unfolds through scattered journals, spectral projections, and half-heard prayers. Pinacle Point blends isolation and folklore, proving the scariest monsters are the ones built by human faith and guilt. Project Songbird marries scientific obsession with existential horror. Set inside a remote research facility studying sound frequencies that alter human perception, it builds tension through audio itself. Players must navigate distorted environments where reality shifts in response to tone and resonance. Every hum, every vibration might unlock a memory or summon something that shouldn't exist. Unity's spatial audio and minimalist visuals make it an auditory nightmare of isolation and madness. The experiment was meant to control fear. Instead, it found a way to sing it.
I just thought maybe you'd like to take the time away to get an album out. A new classic Neon Songbird album. Now, the place isn't exactly 5-star. You'll be living a bit off the grid, but I don't know. You can show everyone that you've still got it. What do you say?
You know what? Yeah.
Pulsebreaker is a horror experience built on chaos and adrenaline, set in a facility where time and heartbeat are intertwined. Every pulse you take alters the world around you. The environment shifts with your fear, corridors twist to your rhythm, and the faster your heart races, the closer your hunters come. Unity's physics-based effects and sound manipulation create a uniquely reactive world where panic itself becomes the enemy. Pulsebreaker isn't about surviving monsters, it's about mastering your own terror before it consumes you from the inside. Quite a Ride starts as an innocent road trip and spirals into pure nightmare. You and your companions drive through an endless stretch of desert that shouldn't exist, where time stutters, radio signals bleed, and the road itself feels alive. The Unity engine captures the heat shimmer, the emptiness, and the growing madness of repetition. Each stop reveals a fragment of the truth. Maybe you never left, maybe you never can. It's psychological horror on wheels, slow, surreal, and crawling beneath your skin with every passing mile. The 18th attic takes haunted house horror to a new conceptual level. You move into a building with 17 attics, each holding fragments of a family's buried past, but the 18th wasn't meant to exist. Through environmental storytelling and physics-based puzzles, players uncover the truth behind its impossible architecture. Unity's lighting and dust particle realism make every reveal feel tangible, every shadow alive. The deeper you climb, the closer you get to what's been hiding between the walls, something ancient, something that remembers every trespass. The Twilight Project is an atmospheric horror about perception and control. Set in a facility that studies the threshold between life and death, players explore hauntingly sterile environments where light behaves like memory, flickering, fading, lying. Each discovery unravels a truth about consciousness and the cost of resurrection. The game's minimalist design and layered narrative evoke loneliness and existential dread. The Twilight Project doesn't rely on monsters. It builds fear through the slow realization that you might not be alive, or that you were never meant to be. They Are Here blends alien horror with investigative realism. As a journalist investigating rural UFO sightings, you document evidence in a world that feels disturbingly plausible. Unreal Engine 4 delivers eerie lighting and atmospheric tension that escalates from curiosity to cosmic dread. Strange lights hover in the distance, animals vanish, and locals speak in trembling whispers. Every clue leads closer to something incomprehensible, and watching too long may invite its gaze. They Are Here captures the helpless terror of witnessing invasion before the world believes it's begun.
We're going down. I repeat, a banker is going down.
Whispers in the Fog unfolds in a forgotten harbor town swallowed by endless mist. The air hums with secrets, voices drifting through the fog, calling your name when no one's there. As you explore decaying docks, submerged tunnels, and creaking ships lost to time, the line between ghost and echo dissolves. Unreal Engine 5 brings the moisture, depth, and movement of the fog to life, turning it into a living entity that conceals and reveals at will. Every step feels uncertain, every whisper closer. In this game, silence isn't safety, it's the fog listening back. And that wraps up our look at some of the most promising and downright unsettling horror games on the way. Let me know which one caught your attention the most, or which one you'd rather never play alone. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.